We're going to get on to your project, but I just want to do a little bit of info on you. Just something that I don't know if you did mention, where is Sir Sandford Fleming College so people know?
Sir Sandford Fleming College is in Peterborough.
It's Peterborough, Ontario?
Yeah, about
Okay.
30 minutes from Toronto.
Okay,
Yeah.
just so people are aware of as to where it is. How difficult was the program?
I found it pretty difficult. I found myself, well, the classes during the 3 years,
Okay.
there was 30 hours a week at least, and then there was extra work after classes.
So the stress, the hours, the extra homework. Of course it's there, as everybody knows, going away to school, to college, university, it really puts the extra pressure. But you were in an area that you seemed to really like and was comfortable. I'm sure it went really well for you.
Absolutely. I think when we started, we were about 125 students.
Okay.
And I think about 50 graduated.
Wow. So that was a big drop.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'm surprised on that. But there's a lot of, when people do go away to school, I've noticed that not all 100% complete the actual program.
Some people change courses.
Change course, that's right. What type of jobs can you attain with your 3-year diploma?
And you can work as an instrumentation technician in different mills, such as water plants.
Okay.
GM plants or Ford, Tembec.
Tembec, okay.
Yeah. You can try and get your electrician's license.
Where do you have interest to work now that your schooling is all done? Where do you plan or hope to maybe have a future of working?
Well, I just got out of school, so I think that right now it's important just to get a job, and then I'll get my experience. And once I have my experience, I can maybe choose where I want to work.
Yeah, that's true, because your experience, you're just finishing, and you do need the experience out there.
Right.
I mean, the schooling is great and the system is fabulous, but you still need to get the hands-on experience.
That's right.
And I think a lot of people seem to look at that as well. Well, I mean, there's tons of areas out there where you can go out and work, and I'm sure it's going to be easy for you to find one.
Thanks.
How did okay, now we're going to get on to your project.
Great.
When I say your project, I mean, I know you were with others, and we'll talk about it. How did this project come about?
Our sponsor is Jim Fleming, which is one of the teachers at the school.
Okay.
And Omron Canada. They build all sorts of equipment.
Okay.
And basically at Trent University, which is in Peterborough also, right now they separate protein, but they do it manually, and it takes about 3 weeks.
Wow.
But they work on it, then you have to wait a week.
Okay.
So they spend about 10 to 12 hours in all working on the lab.
Okay.
And it was taking up so much time, so we were trying to reduce that time and do it automatically. And we actually got it, we can get the robot to do it in 6 hours, but it only takes 30 minutes of the technician's time because it's all automatic.
It's all automatic.
You just pretty much push the start button and then it goes.
Wow, but that's a big difference, you know, 2-3 weeks, 6 hours. I mean, robotics is the future, and technology is changing, and you're right. And it is something that could make a difference. What could this project be used for?
Well, right now it's separating protein.
Okay.
It's actually separating E. coli, but it's not a dangerous strain.
Okay.
But it could be used for other things like separating insulin. That's another type of protein, which is used all the time.
For diabetics, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How did the project get its name? What is the project's name first, and how did the project get its name?
Our project's name is the Robot Protein Separation. It's number 338, and basically the school's been doing this for many years now.
Okay.
And we're the 338th project that the school does.
Wow.
They keep logs of every project that went
you're
by.
more or less a number. It's not really what your project was famous for. You're just a number, but a good number. No, it's good. How many people were involved in this project?
My team, there was me, and I had 2 other team members that were taking the same course as me.
Okay. So you all shared the same grade. If you flunked your thing, you're going to flunk together.
Well, there's marks for individual and team.
Okay.
Team-based, because you have to hand in assignments and status reports and other things.
Oh, that's good, though. And did it go well with working with others?
Yeah, we got along. We're still friends now, so I guess it worked good.
That's a good thing. And, sometimes brainstorming, troubleshooting, getting extra, somebody's views is different. And if it goes well and you work well as a team, well, that's really good. What type of preparation was needed to do this project?
During our 5th semester, actually, we had a class that was based only for this project. They taught us to do the budget, and it's a project planning document, basically, what we did. And like I said, you had the budget, and you had everything, all the resources we need.
And this was worth a credit for your diploma?
So basically, we almost knew exactly what we were going to do before we started the project, or we thought we did. Some things changed.
Okay.
But that's how it is in real life.
It's
things don't always go the right way.
No, that's true.
That's
you
right.
change as you go along. When you were presenting your project, I mean, you always have this, oh my God, is it going to work? Or oh my God, is it not going to work? Did you ever have this feeling of fear that something's going to go wrong?
Actually, a lot of things did go wrong, but we got around it. We troubleshot it, and
it went well.
Actually, 4 weeks before the project's due date, we were getting worried that we weren't going to get it done.
Okay.
But we ended up spending about 80 hours a week at school.
80 hours a week?
Yeah. It was wake
God.
up, go to school, come home, go to bed. Wake up, go to school. For 4 weeks about.
There was a lot of pressure, a lot of stress,
Yes.
and I guess, you know, you really wanted it to go over so well, but 80 hours a week is a long, long time to put on it. What, compared to the other projects, I'm sure this had much more hours compared to, depending on how the projects were.
I think this was one of the more difficult projects, but that's what I wanted. I wanted a challenge.
A challenge.
And I got
is
it.
Good.
Yeah.
Challenge is good. That's all right. So overall, when you did present it, you had a good feeling when you saw everything was working well. What about like the Project 338? What will happen to it? What, like in the future?
Right now, they're going to use it just as a showcase when they have secondary students visiting the college. They're going to have the robot moving around and doing its sequences.
So you're not allowed to bring that home. It's there and it's staying there?
Oh, it's worth too much money. They won't let me.
It's
too big anyways.
Marketing people would just love to jump on that, but you're right. It's good in the display case because, I mean, the future students that are coming over, they can see that this is what 3 students have put together in 80 hours a week. Not saying how many days, but how long was this project?
It started in January, and we finished in April.
In April.
Yes.
Wow.
3 months and a half. Yeah.
So for 3 months and a half, you had no life. Did you eat well? I'm not sure, but I mean,
Craft dinner, no.
craft dinner. So if you have a girlfriend in there somewhere, I'm sure you didn't get much time in there.
Yeah, she was pretty anxious for me to finish.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a big thing too. So it's a big project. Congratulations on that. I mean, people are going to see the video after we're done the show. And it's a totally amazing video. And when I watched it, I was freaked right out. I said, oh, Wayne, let's get him on here. I want to talk about it. I thought it was so good. I thought that what you put into it, whether, you know, you and your 2 others, what you put into it, how robotics have changed so much. And it was just as simple, like you said, pushing the switch and simple things, but you created that. It's a nice feeling to know that you created something that was a success. You also had some awards that came about. These awards, were they ever mentioned by the teacher that they would come about?
We actually knew when the judges were coming and what they'd be judging. Every student did.
Okay.
We got an email saying that.
Oh, we're coming in on such a day, such a time?
Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone was prepared. Everyone knew about it. And there was 3 awards: marketing, ingenuity, and academic.
Okay.
And there was 40. We were against 40 projects.
Wow.
So.
Do you want to tell us what happened with the awards?
I think you guys will get to see it actually.
We'll see it on the video.
So
okay.
I'll wait.
Very, very promising. You guys make sure you see this video clip afterward because we have local talent here, wonderful local talent that went a long way and successfully came out with some nice awards. I mean, I had to say that, but I want people to know, like, they should be proud of, like, you know, what come on. I'm sure your mom and dad are quite proud because when your dad showed me the video, you could see he was proud, but it is something to be proud of. And how do you feel right now knowing that after all these hours, all those months you put into it, you know you got a grade, you succeeded, but it's finished? How do you feel about that?
It feels good because we got it done, of course.
Okay,
I mean,
but it works.
Yes, that's right.
And I guess it just relieves, like, I don't know.
So much stress.
So much stress.
A lot of weight off the shoulders, that's right.
Yeah. Well, that's really good, you know, and I'm proud of you. I mean, I'm not your mom, but I know your parents are, but I'm proud of you that, finishing your schooling and to succeed the way you did, and to come back to show us your I think this is fabulous. So I hope a lot of people that get to watch this, I hope they really enjoy the clip that we're going to have with it, because a lot of time went into it.
I hope they do too, because not only did I learn a lot, but it was so much fun. You'll see it in the video. We're always laughing and smiling.
But that's what you're supposed to.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a time for seriousness and a time for laughing and joking and playing, but you need that. That's your sense of...
That's why I went in this course, because I had so much fun with it.
You had fun.
Yeah.
And I bet just taking apart things, putting them back together,
yeah.
I could just see you doing that. I don't know you well, but I can see you doing that, and I think that's good, because you did something you were content with.
Yes.
I mean, you hear of people going back to school because they weren't happy at what they did, and obviously for what came out of it, something was good.
Yeah.
So Michael, I want to thank you for coming on and talking about it.
Me.
I think it's great, and I wish you well on getting a job, and put your application out there. I'm sure, without a word of doubt, like you're going to get hired, no problem.
Thanks.
Credentials are high, I'm sure. So thanks for coming on, and good luck to you in the future.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So that was it for the show for today, and don't forget there's a clip that's coming on to talk about, to show the project 338. It's a very intriguing clip, and as you can see, Michael mentioned that they spent hours and hours and days on it, and every minute in it is into the project. So stay tuned, and you're going to see an incredible clip. Thank you for watching Channel 13.
At Sir Sandford Fleming College, 6th-semester students in Applied Computer and Engineering Sciences participate in applied projects. These allow students to execute the team-based projects for an enterprise sponsor. The sponsor is the one who provides the setting for a real-world problem to form the basis of the project. In this video, we'll be looking at Project 338. Hello, my name is Michel and I'm the team leader.
I'm Eric, and I'm an electromechanical technologist.
I'm Mike Robitaille, and I'm a robotics technologist.
And we are Project 338. Our sponsors, Jim Fleming, ACES, and Omron, asked us to demonstrate the feasibility of using a robot for protein separation. The process had to be controlled using a PLC and computer interface software. Before we could start the project, we had to learn how to separate protein. We did this by manually performing the lab procedure with technicians at Trent University. After we successfully separated protein manually, we returned to Sir Sandford Fleming to build our work cell. Fleming provided us with a 12 by 15 foot work cell, a FANUC robot, a centrifuge, an index table, relays, solenoids, and cylinders. To help automate this process, we built this pipette machine. At the beginning of the lab, the user comes in and puts chemicals in each of these vials. And then the robot starts its sequences by picking up these vials and placing it underneath our pipette machine. Once the robot has placed all of these vials underneath, the PLC tells these cylinders to extract, and then these tubes, with the help of syringes from the rear, can suck up the chemicals and extract them from here once the robot has placed the vial underneath.
In the lab procedure, our sample calls to be centrifuged for 4 degrees Celsius. This is where our freezer comes into play. We have the centrifuge in the freezer right here. The freezer did not fit the centrifuge totally. It would not close with a tight seal. The centrifuge is too tall. So we constructed our own lid right here, as you can see. The lid is mounted to a cylinder which controls the opening and closing of the lid through the PLC. On the back of the freezer, We have limit switches as well in the front to control the lid position, so it's open and closed. The fridge is wired through the PLC with a thermocouple in order to control the temperature of the deep freeze.
What we have designed here is our column machine. Basically what this is going to do is we're going to pour our protein in here along with chemicals. This is going to extract here. It's going to enter the column through this, and our protein will get caught somewhere in the middle. Now what we're going to do is index this table. So all we get is our good sample through here. And then once we're done indexing, this is going to shoot down this cylinder, and that's going to stop the column from drying out. Because once the column's dried out, you've pretty much ruined the packing that does the actual separation of the protein.
During the lab, at various occasions, we have to warm up our sample. And basically, to do that, we're going to be using these hot baths. These are controlled by thermocouples from the PLC. Basically, the robot can take samples from these vials, place it in here, and heat it up for various amounts of time.
In order to automate this process with a robot, we had to design an end effector that would pick up a flask and a centrifuge tube.
To control this process, we chose to use an Omron PLC, which was generously donated by Omron. By wiring this PLC with various relays and solenoid valves, we were able to automate this process.
We programmed the Omron PLC using CX Programmer with ladder logic.
To learn how to use the user interface software CX Supervisor, we went to Omron to receive training. Once we received this training, we were able to build an interface that would start the process, stop the process, and clearly show what was happening inside the work cell.
Using the Teach Pendant, we've programmed the robot to do many subroutines, which in the end will allow us to separate the protein. To communicate between the robot and the PLC, we chose to use DeviceNet, as this would be an excellent learning opportunity. Basically, all it does is it sends bits out to the robot, which turns on inputs and outputs.
Once all the equipment was built and all the software programs were made, we were ready to let the PLC run through its sequences of events.